Hakuna Matata, come on, baby mama. All right, we sound good.
There's no such thing as slavery. There was never any slavery. How can it be slavery if Lincoln, the president, is a black man?
He was black?
Of course.
Of course.
Go pull up the Library of Congress and you see his picture in there. Why do you think he's on a copper penny?
Makes all the sense in the world. Okay, buckle up. People are exiting the Matrix. They're snapping out of it. Now, apparently she's not the only one. A lot of people think slavery didn't even exist. I don't know what to believe anymore. But according to this book here by a random stranger on the internet, the first president of the United States was a black man, a Moor. So George Washington, according to this, was actually the 9th president. The first president was a dude who was a true Moorish identity of John Hanson, the original Hanson brother. We're going to be getting crazy today, so just take a hit, metaphorically, and let's just have some fun. But these aren't the only lady here. There's another.
What about slavery and like that?
Oh, slavery never happened.
What?
It never happened. It never happened. It never happened. Listen, all they did was they defeated the Moors. Well, after they like backdoored the Moors and like that, they act like slavery happened. So they killed everybody and then woke you up and told you, this you free. They woke you up and told you was free, but you was never a slave.
Yeah.
Oh, and they stole 4,000 years when they was at it. You don't know. But when we woke up, all the noses was shot off, the city was different. But you was so stupid because they told you that all these pyramids was built by only had rocks and bricks and shit like this. So you was just stupid. They just told you that shit. You went for it.
He goes, you're so stupid. Because they're built with rocks and chisels. Yeah, they built the pyramids with chisels. Could you imagine if it was just me saying slavery didn't exist? Oh, dude. The only way this even works is I got black people saying it. Imagine this guy saying that shit. Dude, we're going to be really getting deep here. But, so don't take any of this too literal. But this is what's going on in people's minds. That's how far we've gone in a society. Don't believe me. Believe this woman. This kind of sums up society right here in one sentence.
I just came from the dispensary, and now I'm walking to my neighbor's to get eggs from her little stand over there.
Yeah.
I'm buying eggs on the street and weed in the store. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
The all-female blue...
And we're still dealing, aside from the eggs on the street and the weed in the stores, which is a real thing, I actually do get my eggs from a person from their backyard, from their chicken coop. That's where I get my eggs. I don't smoke weed anymore. I used to. I used to take a nap once a day just to wake and bake twice, okay? I've been there. But it's funny because that's literally where the world is. But anyways, back to people still going to outer space. This whole, like, all-girls space flight with, what's her name? Katy Perry, the I Kissed a Girl. This is great, though, dude. It's just another staged space exploration. It's kind of funny, actually.
Blue Origin flight that took Katy Perry into space has been deemed fake by conspiracy theorists. After the New Shepard capsule landed, Jeff Bezos used a special tool to open the hatch to greet the all-female crew. But footage from minutes earlier clearly shows the capsule door being opened from the inside, before being quickly shut again. While the strange moment has been hailed by some as definitive proof the mission was fake, experts say it simply shows just how tightly choreographed the whole event was. Jeff Bezos was also probably trying to gain back...
Dude, Jeff Bezos with his hot space babes. I'd watch that movie. Hot Space Babes by Jeff Bezos. Remember the movie Air Bud? I thought it would be funny if there was a movie is like the same concept, but with nuns. Yeah, air nuns. Just basketball playing nuns. I don't know why I thought of that. Air nun. None your business. Anyways, I still am not buying the whole space stuff. No offense to anybody, but I'm just not buying it.
Some dignity after casually face-planting while running to welcome his fiancée back to Earth.
And it was his fiancée. Dude, who just sends a group of hot women to outer space? That's no. I could believe the all men one, which is a bunch of like kind of rugged gentlemen. I can believe that. But you want to tell me you're going to send 5 hot chicks and a pop star? No, I'm not buying that shit. Anyways, on to some more serious stuff. This one's kind of nuts.
is to create a whole new set of laws and ignore the existing human rights laws and other laws under the pretext of pandemic preparedness and the biosecurity agenda. The WHO is developing through all its nations, but with the WHO Directorate and the United States in charge, a pandemic treaty and amendments to the existing international health regulations that will remove the human rights protections currently embedded in the IHRs, will enforce surveillance, censorship, get rid of freedom of speech, require governments to censor and only push a single narrative.
I mean, that basically kind of already happens now. Except for if that were really true, there's no way I'd be here right now talking to you through a phone. I'd be fucked. Yeah. I'd be with the space babes, except for I wouldn't have made it back home.
So we will be subject, if they can make this work, to vaccines developed in 100 days. Get rid of intellectual property rights, move supplies from one country to another, enforce digital passports. The idea is to...
Well, that's like basically already happening. Unreal. Anyways, 5G towers. Now, this one's kind of trippy. Okay, so just prepare yourselves. And remember, I don't know what's what. We're just kind of talking out of our asses here. Okay, we're just exploring, you know, what is and is not true anymore. I don't know. I'm just a dude confused as everybody else.
What's up, bro?
Hey.
Hey, I was just wondering, these are called Gwen Towers, right?
What?
Gwen Towers?
Gwen Towers? Gwen?
Yeah, Gwen. These bad boys?
I'm not sure what they're called.
Damn, I want to take a picture of it.
But you're working on them? You don't know...
You guys don't even know?
Well, I'm kind of a new guy.
Okay.
No, that's cool. I was just wondering, because check it out. I know of this method. It's called...
This is trippy stuff. Brace yourselves.
U.S. Patent 5356368 method and apparatus for inducing desired state of consciousness, bro. Like, they're downloading brain waves from these emissions.
Yeah.
They're literally downloading thoughts onto our minds with these frequency towers, bro. And it's a government patent. It's government patent US 5356368. You never heard of that? It's crazy, huh? That's crazy. It's just, we want to know, like, when we go around these Gwen Towers, we ask people.
You never know if these things are real, but he did give the patent. Okay, there's the patent number. Here's the Google search. I'm going to go ahead and click. Here it is. Method of apparatus for inducing desired states of consciousness. What? This apparatus is for entraining human brain patterns. Facilitate and attain desired states of consciousness. Entrained principles are applied to induce sleep and is applied to a work environment to maintain a desired level of consciousness. It goes on to discuss how you can manipulate the brain.
What is...
I don't doubt it though. You know, I've had thoughts before where I'm thinking about stuff and then all of a sudden next thing you know, I open up my phone, I'm scrolling, boom. My thought. I didn't even say it out loud. So I don't doubt anything anymore. I really don't. And speaking about manipulation, thanks to everybody who bought the new Caddy Daddy t-shirts. We got two different kinds. This is the vintage look, pre-faded, little oversized, like a small would be a medium would be a large. We also have the classic black. You know, not to make you think that they're cool or anything. They actually are just pretty dope, especially if you're a car guy. But anyways, I think it could be true. The best is the dude the people building them. They're like, I have no idea what I'm building. I have no clue. I don't know what this is. But they're paying me $35 an hour. So I'm here. Anyways, on to another form of manipulation, double speak. This is the trick as old as time.
Is double speak?
Doublespeak is language designed to evade responsibility, make the unpleasant appear pleasant, the unattractive appear attractive. Basically, it's language that pretends to communicate, but really doesn't. It is language designed to mislead while pretending not to.
Is it done consciously?
Oh, yes, very consciously. Doublespeak is not a slip of the tongue or a mistaken use of language. It's exactly the opposite. It is language used by people who are very intelligent and very sophisticated in the use of language and know that you can do an awful lot with language.
Who's the worst offender?
In sheer bulk?
Yes.
Sheer numbers of examples? The government. If we count government from the local level all the way up to the federal level, I had to stop writing the chapter on government doublespeak. It was going to take over the whole book. But interestingly enough, and this was a revelation in doing the book, about a half a step behind comes business with a tremendous amount of doublespeak.
It's like the classic thing. You guys ever heard about like the old rock records, and they would play the record backwards, and then it's actually saying something different when you play the words in reverse? That's like doublespeak. It's like you're saying one thing and it sounds good, but really they're telling you something else. It's spelling, casting a spell on you. It's the oldest trick in the book. I personally need to learn how to do that. I think that would really help my career out. Love you. I'm filming. Sorry. My lady just likes to barge in, disrupt me. She doesn't even have to double speak. She could just look at me, and I just go, oh, fuck, what happened? You know, she takes her clothes off. I'm in a trance. Anyways, upward and onward. Let's go to McDonald's play places. This is kind of crazy. This is how far society's gone.
I just left a brand new McDonald's, and I have to show you the play place because it is actually going to blow your mind. Remember being a kid going to a birthday party at McDonald's, or maybe your mom would just take you for an hour?
Oh,
it was
yeah.
the best, but I feel like those days are done, and let me show you why.
This is the new play place. Just 2 iPads on the wall. That's it. Just 2 video games. Compared to this. Look at this. Remember this stuff? You just getting a double cheeseburger and sliding down a slide. You know what the problem is now adults, I would go to this McDonald's and I'd be in there with the kids. I mean, look at that. You remember that? They don't have it like that anymore. The problem is adults would be using that. That's the issue. I think that's the real problem. Just in the ball pit. You're like, oh, I lost my nuggets. But dude, look at that. Little cars and stuff. Now it's just an iPad. But I guess that's what kids want. They just want their phone. So it kind of got to give them what they want. They want phone and fake food. And speaking of fake food, this is my favorite conspiracy of all time, right here. Remember, we're just getting out of our skulls. Wow. Just getting nuts here. Okay, I'm not saying any of this is true, or you're right and I'm wrong, and okay, just chill out. All right. This is my favorite conspiracy, though.
I have already done told y'all. It's in the restaurants. They putting it in the restaurants. What y'all eating is not what y'all think y'all eating. It's more than that. It's more than what y'all think it is. It's you. You eating you, yourself. You don't get it.
Yeah, I don't really get it. The way he said it, what he's saying is we're actually eating humans. That's what he's saying. Yeah. That's the big conspiracy behind it. Is like people getting cremated or getting buried. Your bodies aren't getting cremated. They're putting it into the food. There's not much I could really say on that one. I don't want to get canceled. At least we have free speech right now. But this one's classic too. Forks and spoons are unhealthy. Now this is gold.
Quick thought. Whoever came up with forks and spoons, diabolical.
Diabolical.
Tell you why. We are naturally designed to eat with our hands. Our hands have sensors in our hand that communicates with the brain, the stomach, to get ready for digestion, helps with blood circulation, and it helps you stop eating, believe it or not. When you're eating with a fork or spoon, it's like you're not getting the communication to say pull back and stop eating. You can eat slower with your hands, and it also transfers the right kind of bacteria to the stomach to help you digest food. So get back into the practice of eating with your hands. It's not nasty.
You know what's kind of funny though? Is if I was sitting with this guy at a dinner, with one group of people at a dinner table, and I just start eating with my hands, and it's just regular food, they're going to be like, what are you doing? That's disgusting. But if I was sitting with this guy, if I'm eating with a fork and knife proper, he'd be like, what are you doing, you idiot? It kind of makes sense, though, like, who made forks and, like, I get it, but here's the kicker, is the only things you really eat with your hands that are acceptable is, like, chicken wings. Those aren't good for you. hot dogs. Lord knows that's not that good for you. Pizza. You know, everything we eat with our hands. I guess fruit you would eat with your hands. It'd be a little odd to be eating an apple with a fork. I'd look at you funny, honestly. If you were eating an apple with a fork, I don't know if I could hang out with you, to be totally honest. But it kind of does make sense. And it's also just a way to sell you something. Honestly, if you really think about it. That's a good one, though. That's funny. And maybe that's why there's so many fat people. Forks and knives. Get rid of those. And obviously chicken wings.
Licking the fingers and all that, it's all good because your stomach needs the flora, the bacteria in it to balance it out. Get healthy. Just start eating with your hands like we used to. Forks and spoons is horrible.
Nothing to see here, just casually setting up the beast system right in front of our eyes. Wake up.
So look at this.
This is an Aldi right here. Speaking of eating with your hands, now people are paying with their hands. This is something that just trips me out, honestly. If it gets to the point where I got to pay for food with my hands, I'm out. I'm done.
You're in London, you're on a business trip, you're staying in Greenwich, and you want to buy some food. So you go into the local Aldi's, like this one, and you think, I'm going to go in here and buy some food so that I can feed myself. And then you approach the barrier, and look, you can't even get in the shop without having a...
You can't even go in. Credit card's not even good anymore. Apple Pay thing, not even good enough. That's awesome. What was so hard about using cash? I don't understand what's so hard about that. It's dirty. What? I'm gonna get robbed. When is the last time you got fucking robbed? I'm serious. Have you ever been just jumped and robbed? I have, one time in 35 years. One time. You know how many times my bank account's been hacked? Realistically, I think it's happened 4 times now. Just saying. Well, I guess with this way, they have to cut your hand off, so that kind of makes sense. I'm just saying, how fucking hard is it to use cash? I don't understand. I just don't get it.
QR code to scan here, or to scan here, and then you can go and buy things.
Unreal. This is funny. Gay parking only. This was just a joke, but this is kind of where the world's at. Gay parking only.
Hello, sir. Hi. Is this your vehicle right here?
Yes.
There's actually a gay parking only.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Are you gay?
No.
Oh, you're not?
Ah, that's hilarious.
Yeah, it's gonna be a small fine, sir.
Okay, I got somewhere to go. I really don't think you need to
unless
do
you're
this.
like, you
Okay,
could just
what
like.
if I just say I'm gay?
Yeah, if you say you're gay, I can let you go.
Okay, I'm gay.
You're gay? All right. I need a couple like questions though.
Sure.
Can you give me your best gay voice to prove that you're gay?
I'm gay.
You're gay? All right, sir. Are you a top or a bottom?
I have no idea.
When you're in bed with your man, are you on the top or are you on the bottom?
Varies.
Varies? So like, depends what mood you're in and shit?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, for sure. On a scale of 1 through 10, how gay are you?
I don't know, 5.
A 5?
Normal, yeah.
All right, for sure. How many men have you slept with?
In my life?
Yeah.
1.
1 man?
Yeah.
All right, for sure. And then last one right here. Do you spit or do you swallow?
Spit.
You spit?
Oh,
all right,
come
for
on.
sure. All right, you have a good day, man.
Okay.
Does he? I just thought that one was funny. I had to put that in there. I know it was a bit, but that was good. That was good. No, write that down. Write that down.
Does anyone else feel like you're too aware of how fake society is to participate in it properly?
Yeah.
You know that all the months are just made up by someone. All the religions are just made up. All
Amen.
of the street names are made up. The money's fake.
Yep.
The jobs are mostly fake.
Oh, yeah.
The government is fake.
Preach.
It doesn't actually serve the people. Everything is just bullshit, and you can see through all of it.
Mhm.
And it's just too hard to participate in a full heart way. The saying ignorance is bliss is so true, because once you realize all of this whole matrix that's formed around you, you can't just walk around like everyone else participating willingly.
Well, why do you think so many people are alcoholics or have to be on depression medication? I think most of us, we're doing it because we don't want to live in the woods in a tent. So yeah, I think most of us think it's all bullshit. We're just kind of participating. And maybe with those 5G towers, remember, we're just getting crazy here. We're just getting kooky, okay? Getting out of our minds. Between the 5G towers, the double speak, the depression meds, and the alcohol, and a little bit of kabushki, you know? It's keeping us like robots. But I get what he means. It's I just laugh at it. It's just funny to me now. And I participate because I'm institutionalized. And I like to have air conditioning in a house. And I like the internet. And I like the luxuries of driving a car, you know. But it is almost like we're robots, but this is great, dude. This is like a robot conspiracy right here.
Speculate on something here that most of you will probably think I'm crazy for.
Oh, yeah.
But if they have robots that are this good, and I know probably as much as you know that they have technology way, way better than they let us see, on top of looking completely lifeless here.
His conspiracy is that all these like celebrities and stuff, it's just like a bunch of doubles and they're all like robots. I thought the lizard people one was great, which would actually make more sense because of how diabolical the world is. That would make more sense to me. If the president really was a lizard, like everybody in the government was just lizard people, I'd go, oh my God, finally finally a reason that I can believe besides just greed and control. This is where we're at, though. I'm having fun. This is a good time.
At this premiere, I want you to look at how he's moving. And as you watch his robotic, lifeless movements, I want you to also keep in mind...
Not much more to say about that one. And if you're new here, I love these underground tunnels. We're about to start winding this down. But this is the best one I've heard yet with the underground tunnels.
New York to Brazil, Buenos Aires, and then Antarctica without ever coming up to the surface for air. And you can do it all at way more than 1,000 miles an hour on magnetic levitation trains, otherwise called maglev.
Yep.
One thing he told me, he went from Virginia to Los Angeles in 45 minutes. Do the math, 3,000 miles an hour. Most people don't even believe that there's a tunnel network.
I believe it. I do believe. Why wouldn't you believe it? They already got subways and shit. It's been on the news. This stuff is literally on the news. Subtropolis. It's a real place in LA. Like, so why wouldn't there just be tunnels everywhere that me and you aren't allowed into? Why not? Shit, if I was some lizard person elite guy with underground tunnels, I wouldn't tell you about it either. It'd just be me and my rich buddies just cruising around underground, fucking off.
Hundreds of thousands of miles of tunnel systems. I still don't understand.
This is hilarious. We're winding it down here. We're gonna end on a couple funny notes. This is so funny though.
Understand why 11 can't be 1E1. We got 22, 33, 44, 55, but 11 can't be 1E1. That really pisses me off.
He goes, why can't 11 be 1E1? That was gold. God damn it, brother. All right, this is hilarious. End on a funny note. This police officer thinks that this blind man's cane is a dangerous weapon. This is just gold, dude. I hope this really makes your Sunday happy and fulfilled. I'm going to end on this note.
Well, we have a report of a black man with a dangerous weapon.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the weapon right now.
Well, I don't have a dangerous weapon.
I'm looking at a weapon. It's in your hand. What are you doing with that?
Sir, this is my walking stick.
Your walking stick?
This can't be
Yes,
real.
I'm blind. I can't see.
You're looking right at me.
I can hear your voice, but I can't see you.
So you're telling me you're blind and then you use that device to find your way around? I'm not buying it.
Yeah. I don't know if that was a bit, a skit, or what, but anyways, thanks for getting a little wow crazy with me today. I had a lot of fun. Thanks to everybody who bought shirts, the RLP Classic. Also got the Caddy Daddy t-shirt, okay? The vintage Underground Daddy. I love these kind of videos. I know sometimes they don't hit the best. I don't mean to freak you out. We're just getting weird here, okay? The world's crazy. May as well get a good kick out of it. Good laugh. Also, shout out to everybody who bought some gold. I work with a mailbox gold company. They do a subscription-based dollar cost averaging. Mailbox gold, Atlas Bullion. You might invest in yourself, something that's still real. Or the money just crashes and burns, and we just laugh at everything else. If you use my link down below. Anyways, hell of a talk. Can you get a hold of me? Phone number's here. Small price to pay, but that's the world we live in. Solid talk. Unreal.